Hello and welcome to the Seth Joyner Show, and happy 2024 to you and your loved ones. Well, in the same fashion that 2023 came and went, the Eagles are limping to the finish line of this 2023 season. And although they've already secured a berth in the playoff, they've shown little, if any, life of being able to make some noise upon arrival. The offense has to carry the load for sure, scoring at least 35 points per game in order for them to have a fighting chance of winning. It's time for my breakdown. Although we've welcomed 2024 this past weekend, there looks to be little different about the Philadelphia Eagles team. They have been searching for themselves for 17 weeks, and it's safe to say that they are who they are at this point in time. There's so much to dig into here, from Nick Sirianni and how he's handled the team all season and his inability to help them find their groove, to the failed move of replacing Desai with Matt Patricia, to the lack of energy and urgency and motivation of the football team altogether. This team has lost 3 games in which they were by far a superior team to the New York Jets, the Seattle Seahawks, and now they just lost to the Arizona Cardinals. The move at D.C. was the most egregious move, in my opinion. There are experimentations taking place on the field from week to week that makes little to no sense. I understand Matt Patricia is trying to be creative and come up with some options for other teams to have to deal with. But that move this late in the season was futile because he cannot change much in the way of what the players can execute on the field. This is Desai's defense, which Patricia is running. The players are lost, confused, and look as though they don't really believe in what they're being asked to execute. My opinion is similar for the offensive side of the ball to some degree. The things that don't work, they seem to run with regularity. Conversely, the things that do work rarely get called again to prove whether the defense can stop it or not. The wide receivers look unmotivated or as if they have little faith in what they're being asked to do. They won't run the ball with any consistency until they've lost momentum in the game. And the quarterback is being asked to play the hero role all too often. Rarely do you see the offense systematically move the ball down the field without having to overcome major obstacles or do something miraculous. And oftentimes, when they do make the decision to take what the defense is giving them and methodically move the ball, opponents know that it's only a matter of time before they become impatient, get greedy, and start trying to make explosive chunk plays down the field. Nick Sirianni has stated repeatedly that his fingerprints are all over this team as the head coach, that what the coordinators call the product that you see on the field, the success and failures all begin and end with him. Well, Nick, some explanations are needed to understand how such a promising season has gone off the rails. Why haven't you and your staff been able to fix an offense with as many weapons as any offense in the National Football League? And why, as talented as your defensive front is, why can't your defensive staff come up with alternate ways to use what talent is present to shield your inefficiencies at linebacker and the DB positions? The Arizona Cardinals walked into Lincoln Financial Field and sunk any hope this Birds team had of winning the division, securing the 2 or the 1 seed, a home field game, and finding the confidence that they've lacked all season long as the postseason approaches. The fans, media, and the city are at a loss right now and are shell-shocked at this team at the moment. That's my breakdown. Coming up next, former Eagles Hall of Famer offensive lineman Trey Thomas joins me for further analysis of what ails this Eagles football team.
When you open the BetParx app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the anticipation of another face card, the thrill of an extra spin, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's all your favorite games at your fingertips. Plus, get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. BetParx.
This is Seth Joyner, top analyst for the Birds. I've also analyzed the best auto dealerships, and I drive a Davis Honda.
Fall into savings at Davis Honda. Over 300 cars available. And right now, get rates as low as 0.9% at Davis Honda in Burlington. Plus, you'll get 2 years of free oil changes on every new and used Davis Honda vehicle. See why Davis Honda continues to win outstanding awards for sales and service, including the highest award from Honda, the President's Award. Get to Davis Honda in Burlington.
Fall into savings at Davis Honda.
Welcome to Bridgeview Partners, where IT and business innovation merge. We're not just another tech company. We're your strategic partner in navigating the ever-evolving digital landscape. Our team of experts tailors cutting-edge solutions to fit your unique needs, and ensuring your success is our top priority. Elevate your business with Bridgeview Partners. Discover the power of partnership and tech innovation today. Contact us now to experience the difference. Bridgeview Partners, where innovation meets excellence.
If you understand that success is built on trusted relationships and dependable performance, Mid-Penn Bank is the right bank for you. We're on a mission to prove that the right bankers can make a big difference. We work harder, we get things done, and we're in your corner. With financial centers strategically located throughout the greater Philadelphia region and new locations in central New Jersey, we're ready to bring you the best in commercial and personal banking. Call or visit us today to connect with a professional Mid-Penn banker. Member FDIC. Go Eagles!
At Revolution X, we know that fortunes are made in times of uncertainty. Are you selling your investment real estate? Are you interested in deferring your tax with a 1031 exchange? At RevX, we're experts in 1031 exchange planning and the use of passive real estate options using DSTs. Not in the midst of an exchange and want to invest in real estate but don't know where to start? Revolution X has institutional-grade real estate options for any size investor right now. Set up a consultation at RevXWealth.com. RevX, defer the tax, maximize the gain.
This segment is brought to you by Davis Honda of Burlington. Welcome back. Joining the show now is Trey Thomas. You guys know him from back in the day, Eagles Hall of Famer. Trey, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, listen, man, I always enjoy chopping it up, with the old players, for the unique perspective and the experience of how they played and how they viewed the game. Let's jump into it. The Eagles have struggled all year, especially on the defensive side of the ball. We know that youth and injuries have hurt them. But we expected, Trey, for this offense to be darn near unstoppable. What is wrong with Jalen Hurts in this offense, in your opinion?
I think right now, they're pressing. There's a lot of, you're trying to make a lot happen. At first, they abandoned the run a little too much. I think that once your season got going, they got away from the run. Earlier in the season, they were running the ball, and then the Jets kind of, showed them, all right, what, the linebackers will play downhill, then we could come down there and shut some of that down. And then I think once we started getting away from the run, and then now, I think that once the season got going, you saw that, all right, we can't just rely on Jalen Hurts to win it with his arm. Let's go ahead and try to get back into the run game. And I think that that's some of the things that was just throwing off some of the timing and just the way this offense was running.
Speaking of the run game, offensive linemen love nothing more than to run the ball and demoralize, an opponent with the run game. Why is it so difficult for this staff to stay committed to the run and use the strength of this offense, which is the offensive line?
Yeah, I think sometimes you get away from it because everybody likes to see the ball fly in the air. Everybody, this is a passing league, and I think that at times, once it doesn't work a couple times, then you feel like, all right, you know what, we got to air it out. We have to air it out. I know when we were here with Big Red Man, we would air it out. We would be happy to get maybe 12 runs in a game. I mean, we would air it out, But I think that with this offensive line, they're so aggressive and they do such a good job when you're working some of those combination blocks. I don't see why you would get away from it.
So I'm confused. Sirianni and Johnson do not have an answer for the blitz other than the bubble screens, which they're not very good at. How does this offense operate at a pro level without sight adjustments and out routes versus the blitz?
Yeah, that is a huge problem when you're always trying to go to the bubble screen, and then you already know that the bubble screen isn't going to A.J. Brown's side much. I mean, you're only going to see that maybe once or twice. I don't know for whatever reason that they're going to always go to Slim's side, to run the bubble screen. But now when you're talking about some of those pass plays, again, like you were saying, everything is like a 20, 30-yard route. You have to see when the blitz is coming to kind of break some of those routes off, be the hot read, be an option for Hurts so that he's not sitting back there taking some of those hits.
So, in your opinion, the switch at DC from Desai to Matt Patricia late in the season, good or bad move in your opinion?
You know what? At first, when it happened, I thought that the players responded well. You know, it seemed like everybody kind of just rallied around it. You saw a little difference in how the coverage was. I felt like the coverage was a little bit more aggressive than that first game when he came back. But then when we come back against the Cardinals, it seemed like we went back to the same thing, and it just did not work. You know, you're playing off 8 yards off, and, you know, it makes it too easy for a quarterback to get those nice little easy dump out routes. And, you know, and it affects, to me, coverage affects pass rush. And then when everybody's saying, where's the pass rush, where's the pass rush? Well, if you're playing off 8 yards, then it just makes it easy for the quarterback just to make those easy throws.
Great point. Great point. Lastly, over the years, there's been much speculation that has surfaced around how Jeffrey and Howie have micromanaged every facet of this organization. I'm beginning to hear and see some elements of Doug Peterson's last year as head coach all over again with Nick Sirianni. They say where there's smoke, there's fire. What's your perspective on this?
You know, it was even said when he first came in how the relationship was with he and Howie, and how, you know, there was a lot of conversation going on between the two. You know, it's hard to say when you're not in the building. It does seem that they do have a heavy influence on what's going on as far as game planning and just what's happening out there on the field.
Wow. Trey, my brother, it's always a pleasure to talk shop with you. Thanks for joining the show.
Anytime, my brother.
You got it. Coming up, Sean Brace is here to talk fantasy betting picks as the regular season draws to a conclusion.
When you open the Bet Parks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the energy of being all in, the passion of a perfect parlay, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's another opportunity to win big every day of the week. Sign up for Bet Parks and get a welcome offer today. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. Bet Parks.
This is Seth Joyner, top analyst for the Birds. I've also analyzed the best auto dealerships, and I drive a Davis Honda.
Fall into savings at Davis Honda. Over 300 cars available. And right now, get rates as low as 0.9% at Davis Honda in Burlington. Plus, you'll get 2 years of free oil changes on every new and used Davis Honda vehicle. See why Davis Honda continues to win outstanding awards for sales and service, including the highest award from Honda, the President's Award. Get to Davis Honda in Burlington.
Fall into savings at Davis Honda.
Welcome to Bridgeview Partners, where IT and business innovation merge. We're not just another tech company. We're your strategic partner in navigating the ever-evolving digital landscape. Our team of experts tailors cutting-edge solutions to fit your unique needs, and ensuring your success is our top priority. Elevate your business with Bridgeview Partners. Discover the power of partnership and tech innovation today. Contact us now to experience the difference. Bridgeview Partners, where innovation meets excellence.
JP Mascaro & Sons is a family-owned, locally operated solid waste service company in business for over 60 years. You've seen the red trucks with the blue elephant that symbolizes strength and reliability. Mascaro is different than other national brands. Like the Birds, Philadelphia is home. They'll take care of all your waste removal needs. They have it all: an experienced workforce, state-of-the-art equipment, a cutting-edge recycling center, and their own disposal facilities. Call 888-MASCARO or visit jpmascaro.com.
At Mandrecchia Law, we win big personal injury cases, but we always tell our clients up front that those cases almost always hinge on how much insurance coverage people or companies have. At Mandrecchia Law, we don't sell insurance, but we're experts at helping our clients make sure they have the right insurance to protect their businesses and families. Do you have the right insurance? Most people don't. For a consultation, visit mmattorneys.com or call 610-584-0700. Mandrecchia Law, aggressive attorneys who get the job done.
This segment is brought to you by Bet Parks. Welcome back. Follow Sean Brace at Fox PHL Gambler for his weekly picks, props, parlays, as well as fantasy picks. Sean, how you doing, my friend? The Birds are stumbling to the finish line, my man, like New Year's Eve. Happy 2024, by the way.
That's right. New year, let's go. Final week of the regular season, Seth. 20 teams are still in contention for a playoff spot. We got nasty weather. Yeah, let's see if we can find some winners this week.
All right, so let's start off on the fantasy side of things. What players and defense are you on for the final week?
All right, well, Seth, the final week of the regular season means contract incentives, bonuses. You know this. And over the years, we've heard these players mic'd up on the sideline. They know what they need. So let's go ahead and have some fun with this one. Quarterback position, we're going to roll with Geno Smith. The Seahawks can clinch a playoff spot with a win and the Packers loss. Games being played in Arizona. We just watched the Cardinals get diced up on defense by the Eagles on offense. I like a high-scoring game here. And also, big money play for Geno Smith. He'll make up to $2 million if the Seahawks can secure a playoff spot. Go get that money, Geno. Running back spot, Austin Eckler. He needs 110 yards to cash in a bonus over there with the Chargers. He's earned over 100 total yards in 4 games this season. Why not end the regular season with a big day this weekend versus the Broncos? I like Austin Eckler. Wide receiver position, DeAndre Hopkins. Remember, everybody was trying to find and see if they can go ahead and bring him into the camp. Well, the Titans did land him, and all he needs is 49 yards to hit a nice, big $1 million bonus. The Titans have failed to live up to their billing this season. I like D-Hop to finish strong versus the Jags. And finally, Baltimore Ravens. Yes, they have nothing to play for, but John Harbaugh is the greatest preseason coach ever to walk this earth. Yeah, he's going to get that team motivated to go up against the Steelers. I like the Baltimore Ravens this weekend on defense.
All right, so what players in defense are you fading this week?
All right, we'll start with the Cowboys and Dak Prescott at the quarterback position, Seth. And I just feel like they're going to take the foot off the gas pedal. I realize that they're still playing for the division. I think they're going to get an early lead, and you might even see Dak Prescott come out of the game. So I'm staying away from all things Cowboys this week. Wide receiver position, Mike Evans. Watch out for the Carolina Panthers. I'll come back to that a little bit later here. They have nothing to play for. The owner's throwing drinks at people. Panthers at home versus the Bucs. I'm going to stay away from Mike Evans. At the running back position, James Cook. Man, what happened last week versus the Patriots? I know they won that game, but not a lot happening on the offensive side of the ball for the Bills. I think he struggles this week against the Miami Dolphins on the road, so I'm going to fade James Cook there. And finally, zero punts. Zero punts? Yeah, the Eagles defense, I want nothing to do with this defense from here on out until the end of the season. I'm fading the Philadelphia Eagles defense this week against the Giants.
I feel you, my friend. Listen, so the NFL has finally achieved the parity that they've been after for so long. There are many games with playoff implications in this final week. Give me your creme de la creme top 4 betting picks for Week 18.
Yeah, that's exactly where I went, Seth. Had to try to find some games that teams have something to play for. So let's see if we can go ahead and get some winners here. The Miami Dolphins at home catching 3. Just got lumped up against the Ravens, but Ravens lump up everyone, don't they? I think the Dolphins bounce back in a big way at home. Give me the 3 points. I like that. Also, the Chicago Bears. Seth, I'm 42 years old, Seth. I don't remember the Chicago Bears ever beating the Green Bay Packers. Why not this week? Why not? They're catching 3. They're on the road. They can knock the Packers out of the playoffs. Let's go. Give me the Bears catching 3 on the road. The Lions, number 68. You got to check in with the ref, right? We'll see. Hopefully they don't have any more of those issues. I like the Lions -5 against the Vikings. More to do with the Minnesota Vikings at the quarterback position than anything. And finally, the upset special. You keep those 5 points. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers outright, +200 on the money line to knock the Tampa Bay Bucs out of the playoffs. They don't win the division. Carolina has 3 wins on the year and should have the overall number 1 pick, but they don't have that. So this is all they're going to hang their hat on as a Week 18 victory over the Tampa Bay Bucs.
Sean, love it, my friend. Thanks, as always. Appreciate your time and insight, sir.
Let's go. Always a pleasure, Seth. Thank you.
You got it. Make sure you download the Bet Parks app. Like me, you like to play, you like to win. You bet. Bet Parks. Up next, my closing thoughts and predictions for Week 18's matchup, your Eagles against the Giants at MetLife Stadium.
JP Mascaro & Sons is a family-owned, locally operated solid waste service company in business for over 60 years. You've seen the red trucks with the blue elephant that symbolizes strength and reliability. Mascaro is different than other national brands. Like the Birds, Philadelphia is home. They'll take care of all your waste removal needs. They have it all: an experienced workforce, state-of-the-art equipment, a cutting-edge recycling center, and their own disposal facilities. Call 888-MASCARO or visit jpmascaro.com.
At Mandrecchia Law, we win big personal injury cases, but we always tell our clients up front that those cases almost always hinge on how much insurance coverage people or companies have. At Mandrecchia Law, we don't sell insurance, but we're experts at helping our clients make sure they have the right insurance to protect their businesses and families. Do you have the right insurance? Most people don't. For a consultation, visit mmattorneys.com or call 610-584-0700. Mandrecchia Law, aggressive attorneys who get the job done. At Revolution X, we know that fortunes are made in times of uncertainty. Are you selling your investment real estate? Are you interested in deferring your tax with a 1031 exchange? At RevX, we're experts in 1031 exchange planning and the use of passive real estate options using DSTs. Not in the midst of an exchange and want to invest in real estate but don't know where to start? Revolution X has institutional grade real estate options for any size investor right now. Set up a consultation at RevXWealth.com. RevX, defer the tax, maximize the gain.
If you understand that success is built on trusted relationships and dependable performance, Mid-Penn Bank is the right bank for you. We're on a mission to prove that the right bankers can make a big difference. We work harder, we get things done, and we're in your corner. With financial centers strategically located throughout the greater Philadelphia region and new locations in central New Jersey, we're ready to bring you the best in commercial and personal banking. Call or visit us today to connect with a professional Mid-Penn banker. Member FDIC. Go Eagles!
When you open the BetParks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the confidence and underdogs covering, the tension before a clutch turnover, and the pride of a parlay paying off. It's another chance to win big with all-day action. Plus, win your first $10 bet and get $125 in sports bonus bets. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. BetParks.
This segment is brought to you by Bridgeview Partners. Welcome back. Well, now that the reality of the division is probably lost, the possibility of the 1 or 2 seed up in smoke, the Birds, for all intents and purposes, are locked in at the 5 seed. This team has fumbled away so many grand opportunities over the last 4 weeks. I don't know about you, but I'm hard-pressed to find the positivity that after searching 17 weeks to find themselves, that this Eagles team is going to miraculously find a formula in Week 18. If you don't have hope and belief, you have nothing. The players are administering lip service to being able to right the ship. Nick Sirianni is doing much of the same. But how many of us are truly optimistic? It's admirable that he's taking responsibility, but he won't catch one pass or throw one single block in Sunday's game. Jalen Hurts is a 4,000-yard passer for the first time in his career. Both A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, 1,000-yard receivers in back-to-back season. And first-year Eagles running back DeAndre Swift is a 1,000-yard rusher. So why do we feel like this is an 8-8 team, struggling to get a win in Week 18 and rise above 500? I know that Birds' opponents have spent the lion's share of the offseason trying to figure out how to stymie Jalen Hurts and this offense. But what adjustments were the Eagles making to counter the opponent's adjustments? I get it. Brian Johnson is a first-year offensive coordinator. But Sirianni has stated that this is his offensive scheme, and he's involved in the implementation of the game plan from week to week. I expected the defense to struggle, but thought that they'd find their footing by season's end. Injuries, poor veteran play, a lack of talent at linebacker, and the necessity to play young players before they were ready has decimated this defense, and they've fallen precipitously week after week to the bottom of the rankings in almost every statistical category. The most puzzling thing about this defense is their inability to stop the run at all, which then opens the entire playbook for any offense that they face. Patricia has never been viewed as a defensive guru, coming up under the tree of Bill Belichick, yet he was signed as an insurance policy in case Desai faltered, policy surrendered. The players seem even more divided, confused, and lost after the switch. Instead of simplifying and providing some basic principles for a young and struggling defense, I see schemes I've never seen before. That within itself is not all that important. But when I look at how the players react, their body language, the lack of energy and enthusiasm, I understand what a problem this is for the players who are tasked with making it all work. The most important thing for a player to possess for success is confidence, belief, and past evidence that what they're tasked to do is actually working. After last week's collapse to the Arizona Cardinals, the look on the faces of the players and the coaches in the end of the game said it all. They're not sure, have little faith, and the evidence of the struggles versus the Seahawks, the Giants, and now the fall to the Cardinals doesn't bode well for this team. Now, I believe even in the abyss in which they find themselves in, they're still a better team than the New York Giants. As always, they'll have to prove to themselves and the Giants that they're the better team than they've displayed since Week 12, because the Giants will not just lay down and give them this game. That's evident from their last contest. The Eagles barely won, and the Giants' performance versus the Rams last week in a 1-point loss. I'm picking the Eagles to win 35-28 as they get ready for the wild card round of the 2023-24 playoffs. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I'll see you next week as we wrap the 2023 season and look ahead to the wild card round and who the Birds will face. Have a great evening, Philadelphia, and go Birds.